Well, welcome along everyone to the 5th round of the RFC Division 2 Championship. We are here at Barcelona this time around. Of course, this was the sign-up track, so we already have kind of an inkling of what the pace is going to be looking like. And of course, heading back to Europe. I missed you guys. I missed you. Obviously, I was away last race, so I missed Canada. But finally, we start a little bit of a Europe stint here. Last time's winner was Andrew. Around here, of course, he won Bahrain around here and then got insta-moved up. But we should hopefully be seeing some fun racing today. Of course, when you look at tyres, see 3, 2 and 1. The hardest compounds we can have. How beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it's just me today, sadly. I have no James. James is on a cruise. And Charlotte's doing W1. So, fair play to her, really, as we head into the street. Right, let's hope and pray that we have a nice, easy quali session with no issues at all. I mean, that is the dream, really, isn't it? We have just started the session, and here is Renz going up for the first lap. And of course, a tradition that will forever be a thing in Div 2. Oh dear. I think this is my first time as well live on the TikTok, which is low-key kind of insane. Don't really know what to expect from that, but we have some absolute waffle jobs going on during this these sessions, especially if I'm alone. This is going to be insane. Anyone got some issues? Oh, Mark Zhang's racing today. He moved up from Div 3 after Canada, and he's now made his way into Racing Bulls, which is kind of cool. Right, watching on with Renz. We'll have a little look while we have a couple minutes at the current drivers' standings. I believe it's going to reset it, so we have a little look. And currently, Robin and Tuzzeo have both been moved up. So Wagner is now in the lead of the championship with 39 points, and then Mintoki in second with 34, Copsey 30, Beatnik 20, and Harris both sharing 28. You know, there's quite a close championship when you now look at it, if you ignore those top two. And yeah, I'm sure we're going to definitely enjoy this season now. But Renz starts his lap and comes towards turn 1. The pit exit line, you kind of brake halfway down. It's very easy to impede around here, but kind of similar to how like the likes of Australia are. As Renz coming in through sector 2 now. We go on board. It's 21.7 in the first sector. It's an okay first sector, but you know, of course, this is the first laps. We should be seeing around, I think, mid-13s in this session. Maybe get a little bit lower as Bo goes a little bit slower there. Obviously, in a Cadillac, not going to be expecting blistering lap times as the Alpine stays well out of the way. Alpine last night caused absolute chaos by taking out about 3 or 4 drivers. So hopefully we don't see any Alpines do that this time around, but who even knows at this point. Monza's just gone on mute, and I've just realised that he just went on mute. I thought he was like disappearing. No, he's still in there, just listening to me, judging me. As Renz rounds through the last couple corners, running on thin ERS as we come round towards the line. And we'll see what kind of benchmark time we've got as he crosses, and it's a 14.0. Also, completely forgot to press live timing there, so the whole thing just disappeared. Show it again. There you go. As Bo Ellis next across the line, and sets an okay lap time. As Boot there on a slow lap. As we'll I've just pressed screenshots. Hang on a minute. What did I just press? As Atlee goes up into P2 now. Beatnik on the inters, so he's not on a proper lap. We may as well get rid of him. Hode next across the line is on a slow lap as well. So the next one will be Hopton, I believe, which, if I can find him, I didn't find him as he goes up into P3. As Baker is next, Barker, sorry, Daniel Barker. Next across the line, goes up into P4, and Jimenez is also on a lap as well in the Ferrari, reserving today as a free agent, trying to make his mark. He crosses the line, 4 tenths behind Renz. So good lap from Renz so far. As Invade has a Ben right behind him, both on laps. And Ben will feel that he's been impeded. Purple in Sector 2. But he's now going for the move, slowing both of them down. What are they doing? As they're both going to cross the line. It's going to be a slow lap time from Invade and a good lap time from Ben, to be fair. It's only be 2 tenths down. But, yeah, both of them just getting in each other's way. Heavy there. And that's not going to do either of them very good. As Therapist in the Aston is, I believe, maybe on a potential slow lap. Yep, as he goes off there. So he is not on a lap. As Baker, who has a quali ban, by the way. Baker has a quali ban. If he completes this lap, he's going to get another one. He's just stopped. Okay, you can set this lap now, Baker. It's fine. You can set it. It's slow. Yeah, Baker has a quali ban, so he's going to come into the pits after this, and he's going to retire. But I think he forgot that he had one. Oh, dear. As Belope here is going to be next across the line. In the middle sector at the moment. That's not Belope. Hang on a minute. Move down as I put it. Right, there you go. In the Aston. Running through the final couple corners here. Not really burning that much ERS. Maybe on a slow lap. No, I think they're on a quick lap. As they cross the line, go up into P10. And Wagner will be the next start lap. He's currently in the second sector. So, yeah, that's, yeah. Baker was told about his, by the way, so very confusing. Wagner 1/10 behind Renz at the moment. Slidey, though, out of turn 11, so it's not the greatest. Actually, I think that's turn 10, sorry. As he sets the fastest sector 2, but then maybe loses a little bit of time on the exit there of turn 10. So this might be a poor lap as he crosses the line. We'll see how he goes. 10th and a half behind his teammate, and I reckon a lot of that time was lost from that as well. Pablos finally back in the Ferrari since I'm pretty sure round 1. He hasn't been here in so long, but finally he's back. So that's fun to see him there. There's an Alpine parks out the way. Fair enough. A lot of traffic for Pablos to try and get through. Barker there goes up into P7 in the Williams. Zhang on a lap above Pablos, but we're watching Pablos at the moment as he's navigating through that little clump of traffic. He's now kind of past the bad bit. The next car is Zhang, who is a lot faster than Beatnik, who's on the Inters. So, yeah, but it's Pablos. Purple in Sector 2 as well. So, looking pretty good for Pablos in the Ferrari. Of course, left, went on holiday, has come back. Copsey was doing very well in his absence. And as he comes back, he... yeah, as Zhang goes up into P11, and Pablos goes up top by a 10th. So, tops the time in for the time being. And that is a very, very good lap from him. Who is on a lap? Bo Ellis is on a lap in the Cadillac. Just started. Mintoki behind has just started a lap as well. As Mintoki in the Red Bull trying to come back after a... I mean, I think it was a couple poor races in her standards. She would definitely be wanting a little bit more. As Bo Ellis here. A little bit of improvement on Invade's time ahead. Mintoki, of course, green in Sector 1. It's a 21.9, so a little bit slower than Renz and Wagner. Didn't actually look at what Pablos said, to be honest, so that didn't help. Kai Harris finally going out on a lap. As Bo Ellis about 3.5 attempts down at the moment. Mintoki fastest in Sector 2. Faster than Pablos. So the track is improving as Bo Ellis will want to make sure they stay out of the way of Mintoki, but also while getting a lap in themselves as they round through the final corner. That second sector runs wide as well, so loses a lot of time as Mintoki's going to cross the line after and goes top of the timing board as well by a 10th. So big improvements from Mintoki as I'll try and go across to a nice one. I'm trying to just brought up the track map. Didn't want that. Oh well, I can't bring up Kai Harris apparently. I tried to go to 22nd, but I didn't Anyway, Jimenez matching Wagner in the second sector. Sorry, so good lap for the Ferrari. Will be up by his teammate Wagner. Sorry, actually did top the timing board as well. As Kai Harris there goes up into P3, a tenth behind Wagner so far. It is quite close up the top there, as Jimenez is going to try and get involved in that fight as well. He tops the timing by half a tenth, and look at that, a tenth and a half between the top five. It is very close between those top drivers. As Lucas now is on a lap, maybe in the Haas. I'm not 100%. He seems a little bit slow. Beatnik on a lap as well. As, oh, and Hote is now in a wall. I didn't even realise. I looked away for 1 second. Beatnik lucky not to get impeded there by the spun round Cadillac. Cadillac? Not even Cadillac, mate. Haas. As Beatnik, 1.2 seconds up, will be in that little fight for in the top 5. So Beatnik will want to kind of be up by his teammate. It's kind of looking like where are they going to be right now. Both on equal points, both fighting each other in the championship, and of course fighting for the Constructors Championship as Beatnik crosses the line and he goes fastest by 2.5 tenths. Fastest Sector 3, and what a Sector 3 that is. And gained a lot of time over the rest of them, as the Aston Martin of Belope is next across the line. That's a really good time from Beatnik, as Belope coming around the final few corners, maybe not pushing on as quick as he would have liked, but let's see as we round through towards the line. 1.6 seconds down and doesn't improve on his lap. Stays 16th at the moment. We've got around 7 minutes left. Oh, under 7 minutes, sorry. As Invade is rounding through the final corner in the Audi. And we'll see where he can go. Runs on the grass at the end there, but improves a little bit. Invade really struggling this season so far. Same with his teammate. Both kind of struggling. As am I getting the button wrong or something? Oh, it's because Baker's retired. That's why. So I need to go 1. Therapist on a lap though. Renz improving on Beatnik in the second sector. Half a tenth up at the moment. So it's time for Renz to gain as well. He can get within the top 2 as Therapist rounds through the final corner. The last person to set a lap time and goes P20 ahead of the Cadillac. And Renz comes into the pits, bails out of that lap. Matthew Oliver making some improvements here in the first sector. Half a tenth up on Belope. As, who is Belope? I am Samuel Belope. I don't know who that is. As, yep, as I said, along with the Audi of Invades, there is a little bit of struggle for Matthew Oliver. He's been not the fastest, especially in quali. They definitely seem to be struggling a little bit. Oh, Bo, you're on a... Oh, and there we are. We talk about struggling. Matthew Oliver spins round at turn 10. And, well, if there's not a sign of Audi struggle, it's that. Almost gets beached on the inside curve as well as we hit the 5 minutes time now. As, oh, yes, I need to refresh the drivers. That's fine. As we refresh, as Adam's name has finally changed. And we can watch on with Atlee, who's currently up in P9, which is pretty good for him so far. Still 8 tips down, but yeah, doing very well at the moment. Atlee will be wanting to drag his Haas into the next part of qualifying. He's got quite a bit. Black flag for Therapist. He's driven the wrong way. That is definitely out the pit lane, so he's just trying to go backwards and go in and bin black flag. So he will start last. So, fair enough, Therapist. I don't think that will change on our order, but just know that Therapist is DSQ'd. As Atlee doing well so far in the second sector. Around turn 9 and down the mini straight. We'll see how he fares up to Beatnik. I mean, it's a bit of an unfair comparison. 6 tenths, not improving on his second. And oh, loses the rear as well. Similar to Matthew Oliver, that was. A little loss of traction, and Well, he'll have to go out for another attempt. He's pretty safe, to be honest, I'd say. He's got quite a bit of time advantage, so he doesn't really need to. Renz has gone out for another lap as well. Why? Yeah. As Adam retires, he's currently P13, so maybe not as safe as you think, but yeah, while we have a second, again, watching Renz again, we may as well switch to the some timing, as we'll quickly move over to the constructors standings right now, which if they open, oh, okay, fine, I just don't care. Okay, there we go, get it back up. Forget I tried anything. Oh, okay. Oh, before people have set laps. I see. I see. Okay, we'll look at the constructors in Q2 then. Yeah, that's fine. Right. And Renz is literally on a slower lap. And he's now a tenth and a half up on Beatnik. So making some kind of improvements now, but still, is this worth it? I mean, he's clearly through to the next part of quali. He's up in P7. As we get people, of course, coming out now to start their final runs. And Renz is coming around the final corner. He's going to set a faster lap. I'm guessing this, I hope this is unused. Goes up a little bit, goes up into P4. And Bo Ellis invalidates on their lap as well. And that's in Sector 2, so has a little bit of time to kind of recover a little bit of energy before starting again. But very strange for these guys to all be starting to kind of go out. Very, very weird. As who is going to be the first one to start another lap? I think it's going to be Barker. Currently P12. Has about a 6/10 gap, I'd say, above. So he's kind of clear a little bit. Like, he'll probably be fine. But just wants the security, as he's done a really good Sector 1 already. 10th and a half away from Beatnik, only in the first sector, making some improvements on his own time. The two Racing Bulls next, as they, I believe, hoping to give slipstream to each other. I'm not 100% on that, but they've started their laps very close together with a car between them. I think that's the Cadillac of Bo Ellis. As Bo is slower in the first sector, so no improvements being made for him. As a 10th behind is Barker. Barker's doing a good job so far to compete with Beatnik, which Beatnik's in a bit of a world of his own at the moment, with quite a good gap ahead. I've just wrapped my leg around a wire for my fan, so we're lucky that that's not just flown off. As Barker rounds through towards the line, we'll see what he can do. Crosses the line, not very good ERS usage in the final sector. Goes P8, as Hopton not on a quick lap at all. So it's all down to Zhang. Maybe that was the slipstream game that Racing Bulls were playing, as Zhang is 15th, so a little bit close to where he would have liked. As he crosses the line, goes up into P10, and that gives him a lot of security now. Lucas Hodes is next across the line, as Matthew Oliver is, I believe, crashed. Not sure. Renz has set a fastest Sector 1. Why are you doing this? I don't get it. Oh dear. And Hodes rounding through. It's been a little bit of improvement at the moment on his lap. He'll need a little bit more if he wants to get past Belope, as checkered flag is now out. Invade, Therapist and Baker are all out of the session. As Hodes crosses the line, goes up into P17, so he is out of quali. Belope improves on his lap time, but stays P16. And Ollie Boots decides that he doesn't need to do another lap. And if you're looking at it, Bo Ellis is out on track at the moment. Made an improvement in the first sector. We'll see the second sector time as he crosses the line, crosses the sector line. 6/10 down on Belope. So I believe he's safe. There's a bit of a gap between Hodes and Belope there. Belope? Actually, it might be. As, yeah, Renz did a 13.3. So, don't know what this is, bro. As Bo Ellis is going to cross the line. Oh, he invalidates on the final corner. And Bo Ellis is going to be 20th place in the end when Therapist goes to the back of the grid with the DSQ. So, that is everyone. Lucas, Lucas, Matthew Oliver, Invade, Therapist, Bo Ellis, and Baker all out of the session. Baker, you are lucky that I decided to tell you that you had a quali ban. But yeah, Bo Ellis apparently is on controller, so yeah, has decided to. Yeah. Oh dear. Right. Big gaps at the top with Renz and Beatnik kind of clear of each other and clear of the rest of the field. And yeah, good lap from Renz. You know, only took about 10 tries to do that, but whatever. There we go. Just a confirmation of the top 14 and then the rest as well. As there you are, Therapist at the back with that DSQ. And yeah, well, we wait for the next part of quali, where we'll look at the constructors' standings when we load in. I believe it should work. I'm guessing. Oh, it won't work. So never mind. Thank you, Mons. Yep, I realised it doesn't work. It's fine. We saw the drivers, so who really cares about the constructors? Let's be real. Exactly. Nobody. Get rid of them horrible graphics. So I believe we had to run with them last night. So that's quite enjoyable. I've just realised, no Marley. This is heartbreak. I've only just... Yeah. Marley, come home. Alright, so... Let's wait for quali to start. I believe that's probably going to be Renz coming out for the first lap. Fitz follows the same kind of thing as last time, where he came out quite early. As we head down, Attlee is gonna get the first lap on the boards. As yeah, I'm seeing a lot about. Oh yeah, I can, can't I? Yeah, mate. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of things about that lap from Renz. I mean, Renz has never really been that quick, to be honest. So yeah, I don't know where it's come from. So we actually do have the constructors, by the way, guys. We can look at this. If you have a little look, Ferrari, of course, with the dominance that they had from Robin, have a bit of a good lead over Red Bull. Williams sneaking up there in third place, and Mercedes. This is, I think, their weakest division. So they have a lot of work to do. They are very far behind Ferrari and quite far behind the rest of them. So yeah, they need to. Renz just said fresh set of tyres, but like you're still doing the lap time. The lap time was still very quick, so I don't know what he's on about really, but hey ho. Oh, it's very hot in my room, and I can't have my fan like directly pushed at me because it makes like a horrible noise. Yeah, it's kind of peak. As Attlee starts the first lap of Q2, as we run down towards turn 1. Bit of Lyco needed, but not as much round here in quali. It's not a bad track for ERS management. That's kind of why it was picked as the sign-up track. I'd like someone, aka Mons, to go back and tell me what Renz's sign-up time was, and then we'll compare the two. Wagner there, faster in Sector 1, of course, faster than a Haas and an Aston so far, so not really much competition going on. As we head round through turn 9 and now down the little mini straight between turn 9 and 10. Straight mode activated as we head down into the braking zone to 52.2. As Beatnik steals away fastest Sector 1. I'm sure Wagner is about to steal. Attlee holds on to fastest Sector 2. Maybe using a little bit more ERS, as Mintoki steals fastest Sector 1. Has a little bit of traffic on her lap. As we head now across the line, it's a 14.4 to start us off. Next one across the line will be Wagner, as he's going to cross the line, a 14.3 for him. As Beatnik, I believe, is the next one that's on a pretty good lap. As Pablos, sorry, then tops the timer with a 14.4. Jimenez tops the timer with a 14.0. Beatnik next across the line with a 13.8 for him, as Harris crosses the line with a 13.7. Everyone setting fastest lap times. Mintoki rounds the final corner. Purple in sector 1, purple in sector 2. What that kind of lap time is she going to do? It's going to be a 13.6 for her, so that's a good lap, as Baker will be next across the line. Nope, sorry, he's invalid, as Adam there goes up. No, Baker is actually not going to be next across the line. Adam just didn't appear. 2 Williams next across the line, as Baker crosses the line, goes P8, slow lap from him, as next one is going to be Ben, who comes across the line, goes up into P4. That's a lot better for them, as Hopton crosses the line, goes P6, splits the 2 Ferraris. I think that's the end of the main rush of laps, so we're already around a tenth, only around 3 tenths away from what we're seeing in Q1 with Mintoki, but I'm sure that there are going to be more kind of lap times. I think Zhang there held up heavily in the first sector, so he'll have to go out for another lap. Ollie Boot just realised that he got out in the Cadillac, so fair play to Ollie Boot. Didn't really comment on that, to be honest, when it happened. Yeah, Cadillac and Aston having one driver in the next part of quali. Same with Haas, to be fair. Haas have been pretty struggle, but when Baker has a DSQ, has a quali ban, and then Therapist has a DSQ, it kind of makes it easier. As Adam there goes up into P10, as Lennon on a quick lap behind Boot here. They're both on pretty decent laps, as Zhang is still on a lap, but yeah, around 6 seconds slower in the middle sector, as Ollie Boot is around a second slower than Adam at the moment. So it's looking, of course, for the Cadillac, you're not really expecting much, but still, as Lennon is matching his teammate in the second sector, 10th behind. Zhang, of course, that's a slow lap, but gets himself on the board, as we watch as Ollie Boot rounds through the final corner and goes up into P12. Well, gains quite a little bit of time in that middle sector, as Wagner there goes up into P5, doing a double lap. Lennon crosses the line up into P9, so puts himself out of the drop zone. Renz now a 10th up on Pablos, who somehow made his way into P10 after all of the original laps have been set. There's around 5.5 tenths between the top 10. Pablos there, as we say it, goes up into P8. As we'll have a little look and see who's on good laps. I believe Baker may be on a quicker lap as well. Barker, sorry, not Baker. Yeah, on an improved lap. So is Mark Zhang behind Renz. So a couple drivers going for double runs. Barker's going to be first of those ones. He stays P12, so no improvement from him. Renz, of course, topping the first quali session. And we'll see what happens here as he crosses the line. It's only good enough for P5 this time around. A lot slower than his last lap, as Zhang there goes up into P12. So around a 10th away from safety here, as his teammate is the one that's in P10 right now. As we'll have a little look at the times again, see if anyone's on a quicker lap. I think everyone's kind of calmed down a little bit so far, as Renz, that is a bit of a slower lap time than what you would have been expecting, really. But puts himself in P5 after topping the first part of quali by around 2 tenths with a 13.3. He's set a much slower time as he does little wave to us. And I believe Ben, right behind him, is going to be doing a lap soon. We'll see if the Aston Martin, he comes into the pits. Obviously Barker comes in as well. I believe the next one that's going to start is going to be Ben. So we may as well... Luca, I kiss you. That was from the Twitch, bruh. As we wait for Ben to come through. Currently P4, but it is quite close, and this is not the true pace. You'll have a lot of drivers that would have set their laps on old tyres, so there is definitely more to come. As we head down the straight, Wagner comes out of the pits. It's going to maybe impede the Williams. Oh, right on the apex. And that is going to be probably a slam dunk penalty if I've ever seen one. And Ben has to bow out of his lap. Wagner really not thinking about that. Coming down the straight, just didn't want to get out of the way. And that's probably going to be a penalty. So that'll be most likely a quali ban if it's reported. But yep, that is beautiful. As Wagner there overtakes him. And I mean, I don't get it. Yeah. We're going to watch him. We've got around 6 minutes left of the session to go. So plenty of time to kind of have things happen. Obviously. As we head through turn 11 and get ready to start what could possibly be his final lap, but he'll need pretty good nice words. Can someone check on how Charlotte's doing in W1? And we'll see how she's doing as Wagner starts his lap. And we'll have Ben right behind him. Wouldn't be surprised if Ben just sends him, to be honest. Just get a little bit of a revenge shot. Just impedes him as well, as there's now 5 minutes left of the session to go. So we'll start to see a couple people make their way out of the pits. And Wagner, good first sector. Same with Ben, both about half a tenth down on Mintoki. Mintoki's lap good enough for her, but she is still not happy as she comes out for another run. I mean, with the track evolution, there could potentially be a chance to be knocked out, but I find it very unlikely in her position. But who knows? Beatnik doing the exact same as Wagner there. So we've got very close as Wagner's now fastest in Sector 2, beaten by Ben. So both are matching each other as they go along. And Ben slightly faster at the moment in the Williams. And we'll see as Wagner's rounding through the final corner. This should definitely be enough for safety. As we'll see him cross the line. He sets a 13.4. Ben sets a 13.5. And they are both definitely safe in this part of qualifying. Beatnik will now need a good one. Mintoki, purple in Sector 1. She is flying at the moment for Red Bull. As Beatnik's round the final few corners. As he's around a tenth and a half down at the moment on what Wagner managed to produce. And across the line in fastest Sector 3, and it's only half a tenth between them two. As Jimenez is next across the line, we'll see what he kind of does. Goes up to P5, a bit slower than what he would have wanted. Mintoki, not purple in Sector 2, but still good enough to compete. As she is faster than what Beatnik just did. As we'll see what kind of lap time she can do. She crosses the line, 9 thousandths between the two. And she goes up into P2. And Atlee now is on a lap, 5 tenths slower than Wagner at the moment, making some, I mean, not improving at the moment. Sorry, I've said at the moment a bit too much. Yeah, not improving as much as he would have wanted, and I think he has decided to back out of that lap. As Pablos is running through the second sector. P9 at the moment needs a bit more improvement to get his way up the order. We could see a Ferrari out of qualifying in Q2 in this early phase. As head through over the line. And it's about 4 tenths down on Wagner. Pablos really struggling to extract anything from the car. Oh. Sorry, just got given a drink. Pablos up into P7. Atlee not on a quicker lap. Renz matches again Wagner. Renz doing very well at the moment. Mercedes seeming strong here with their lineup, and I mean just in general their car is the best. Wagner's set a purple Sector 1 again, so we've got both the Mercedes out right now, just absolutely cooking something up. As Renz is going to cross the line. We'll see. A 10th.5 up on Wagner at the moment. Jesus Christ, man. We could get into the 12s in Div 2. I swear to God, that is going to be... move up haven. But they're all quite close to each other, so I can't really say much. As Wagner's improving on his own time by around 2 tenths. Ren's improving on Wagner by about a 10.5. So we're going to see some improvement here. Ren's crosses the line. Can't go up any higher than 3rd place. Wagner's next across the line. Can he improve on his lap time at all? As Hopton is around 2 tenths slower, and he's slower in the first sector. Wagner crosses the line. He's a slower sector, last sector, so maybe burn more ERS in the other 2 sectors. And Mintoki realises that she is fine. The top 5 are covered by a 10th here. Jimenez improves a little bit. Still only around a 10th improvement. As we'll check to see, Kai Harris is... Kai Harris is on a lap. Hopton making some improvement in the 2nd sector. As O'Callaghan is also slower in the 1st sector. Same with Hopton, but maybe some improvement can be made across the fields. That is a lie, Tuzzeo, and you know it. Hopton crosses the line, 7 tenths down, as O'Callaghan is putting a little bit of pressure at the moment on Hopton, who just crossed the line. Baker making big improvements on Hopton, so looking quite good. Kai Harris not looking as quick at the moment, looking like he can settle for that kind of 7th, 8th position. Callahan crosses the line. It's only good enough for P12, so he is out of quali. As Baker crosses the line, crosses the line. He goes up into P9. Kai Harris, it's P7 for him. Belope can only go P15. And Ollie Boot is now rounding through the final couple corners as Attlee goes up into P9. So Barker is on the fence right now as Ollie Boot stays 16th. Mark Zhang next across the line. Lennon also 2.5 tenths down on Barker at the moment. So Barker looks pretty safe as Hopton can't improve. Lennon and Zhang are the only 2 drivers that can potentially get into this next part. Oh, he's so close. 10.5 between them, and Zhang goes up into P11. Lennon finishes in P12 there. And that is the drivers out of the next part of quali. And that is pretty much kind of what you'd expect from this part. Maybe the Haas getting into Q3 is surprising, but yeah, both Racing Bulls, both Alpines, and then the 2 fodder ones of the Aston Martin and the Cadillac are out. But it's just about getting into the next part of quali, you know. It's just about getting into it. But yeah, Attlee up in P9 at the moment, doing pretty well. Barker squeezing in. His teammate doing a lot better than him right now. As we wait for the session to end. Callahan came into the pits, so we'll have to wait a little bit. Did that work, by the way, when I clicked F12? I don't know what that does. But it made like a screenshot sound. I didn't know this. All I know is it doesn't do stream updates. But there we are. Zhang, Lennon, Hopton, sorry. Jesus Christ. O'Callaghan. The other one. Jeezy Peepsman. Oh. Thank you, Monty. Well, we're now on to the final shootout. I'm so sorry, I didn't hide the thing. Yes! CP's leading. Come on. CP is leading W1 right now. Let's all be proud. Right. Well, we'll have a little bit of a break while everyone kind of waits to go out for our first laps. Looks like Renz is getting ready to come out, but I'm sure that Atlee will probably be the first one on the track. As we watch, the Ferrari comes out first in the end. That's probably going to be maybe Jimenez. Haha, and the Williams jumps Renz as well. It is indeed Jimenez as he comes out. I don't know how to do stream updates, by the way. I've never known. I just kind of, yeah, I just ignore it. Pretty sure Mons may have told me once, but it wasn't linked to a button, so I just didn't care. Yeah, I'm not clicking a different button, bro. I'm not sure where this button is, but it's fine. But we get ready now for the next, well, the final kind of parts here in this session. Oh dear. Sorry guys, just decided that, oh, there it is. How laggy is it when I send one? Because, yeah. My internet only recently just got changed. And, yeah, suddenly I'm now streaming on 2 things with higher bit rates. So, overall, you know, a lot's happened in this season already. Got new internet for myself. So, yeah, it's a little bit much. Anyway, Jimenez starts the first lap of Q3. As we, round through to finish the first sector, and it's a 22-0 in the first sector. We'll see what Renz can do as he crosses. It's a 21.6, so oh dear, already a lot quicker in that first sector. Ben, good first sector for him as well, with a was that 21.8 that was. The others 21.9s for the 2 McLarens as well. So all pretty similar, 21.8 for Mintoki, but we head across the sector 2, and it's yeah, I mean, Jimenez seeming to struggle into that corner, but still fastest in sector 2 so far for the Ferrari. So showing a little bit of pace. Both Ferraris have kind of been a little bit more reserved in this quali, but now is the time for them to kind of dump all of their pace. It's a 13.6 to start the session off. We'll see what Renz can do as he crosses the line, and he goes a tiny bit faster. It's really close between them. Ben tops the time, and in the Williams, as Kai Harris there tops the timing board. Is Beatnik gonna make a move as well up? He can only manage P5. Mintoki next across the line, purple in sector 2 for her. As I'll just quickly do that, and that. And she crosses the line and goes to the top of the timing board, 2 tenths faster than Kai Harris. Pablos can only manage P7. Baker, they're down in P8. So a little bit of a difference between those two. The other ones all separated so close by around a tenth between P3 and P6. As Wagner crosses the line, and he goes faster than Mintoki there by literally 15 thousandths of a second. Right. We have a quali on our hands. I keep saying Baker, I'm sorry. I know it's Barker, but they're both in the same session. As Atlee is going to round off the first laps of everyone. We'll see if anyone's setting any faster sector 1s, but I've got a feeling they won't be. Atlee potentially. Obviously Atlee's on a lap, mate. I don't think anyone else is on good laps, so they are doing... You know, I mean, someone like Barker, I would have expected to do a slow one. Atlee round through the final corner. Can he get ahead of Barker? And that is a no. Well, Atlee will be just happy to be in Q3, to be honest. Right, who's gone for a second run then? Jimenez has gone for another run, and so has Renz. Renz a little bit slower in the first sector, but still is you know, on a lap. So I believe we're probably going to see Wagner do another lap as well. Yeah, we are. And these Mercedes love to do double laps, especially Wagner, I've noticed. Jimenez, not improving in the second sector, however, improving on his time currently as Renz matches Wagner exactly in the second sector. So these two Mercedes drivers very close in performance. Renz, of course, topped the last session. Wagner improving on his own lap as Jimenez crosses the line. Where can he go? Jumps up to P4 there ahead of Ben and 3 thousandths behind Harris. It is close between them as Renz comes into the pits, even though he was matching Wagner's time, not improving on his own really in the first two sectors, but yeah, as he must have slowed down a lot in Div 3. As Div 3, Sector 3, mate, as Jesus Christ, Wagner improving by about half a tenth on his own lap, so this will give him a little bit of security ahead of Mintoki. But we may see Wagner come in maybe and prepare for the final runs. No, he's going to finish this lap, so we'll see what he can do in this final part. Runs wide, invalidates the lap, and that is over. He would have improved as he crosses the line. And, yep, he made a little bit of a loss in the final sector. So maybe he wouldn't have even improved on that because of that running wide. And, well, that is a little bit of a bottle for Wagner. And now he's got to come all the way around to the pits, and we'll only have time for one more run instead of like the double run that he loves to do. So yeah, we wait now as Ben has come out in the Williams. Cheers to Tuzzeo, mate. I mean, I don't care. Oh dear. As well, the watchers are going to definitely be, you know, very, very key on this now, as Robin and Tuzzeo were moved up recently, so now they are on absolute hate watch of this division. But very good lap time from Wagner, to be fair. So yeah. As Ben is rounding through the final couple of corners to start what could potentially be his final run, but he has enough time afterwards to set another lap as we head round. As apparently Baker that's therapist actually, I believe, disconnected, so that's weird. As Ben starts his final run, Mintoki close behind. Just realised I haven't. Oops. Didn't message my girlfriend before this, so I had a couple messages there that I'd left, so to make sure I'm not in the doghouse later, I quickly replied. Nah, yeah, it's fair. Ben rounded through turn 9, little side quest. Mintoki improving on their time at the moment, as Ben is only a tenth behind, so there's time to gain. As Mintoki purple in sector 2, so good improvements being made. Maybe needs a little bit more, considering you look at Wagner's kind of little run there that he had, that he invalidated on the final corner. You'd more expect to see something like a little bit more as Ben crosses the line up into P3, 17 thousandths slower than Wagner. Mintoki across the line. She doesn't improve on the final sector, so she is staying P2 for now. Has enough time for another lap though, as Atlee is rounding through the final few corners. And I was expecting more from Mintoki. I feel like she's got more in the tank, as Atlee's improving on the first two sectors. Nice so far. Crosses the line, goes up into P9, faster than Baker, around 7 tenths behind, and that should be probably the last we'll see of Atlee. Good quali session for the Haas driver. And Jimenez. Now, he has enough time for another lap after this, so if he does bottle early on, he can back out and kind of start another lap. But we'll see how he does Why is Bailey talking about this, lads? Oh dear. As Jimenez needs a little bit of improvement if he wants to compete for pole position. He's not really improving on the time that he currently has. We'll see how his Sector 2 performs. He's a 10th behind Jimenez. That is a lot better. As Wagner's starting another lap for him. Kai Harris on a slower lap at the moment, but maybe some potential improvements in the second sector. As Jimenez is rounding through the final 2 corners. Has a car ahead. We'll hope that doesn't get in the way. As Wagner is improved on his lap by 4 thousandths. As Jimenez crosses the line. It's 2 tenths behind, but he goes up into P4. And that will be the best that he can do. So 2 tenths down at the moment. As we're going round, Harris is on a slow lap, so he won't improve. Wagner needs a little bit of improvement. Barker making an improvement on his own time, but still only 2 tenths behind. Slipstream for the 2 Mercedes drivers. 10th and a half up is Wagner with a purple Sector 2. Mintoki really does have it, all to play for now, as she is also on a lap. As that Sector 2 is going to be difficult to beat for Mintoki, as Pablos is on a slow lap. As Wagner's rounding through the final corner, and we'll see what he can do. What kind of lap time can we see? It's a big improvement, 13.2. Didn't improve in the first or last sector, but that middle sector slipstream really did help him, and he has taken provisional pole position. Let's see what Mintoki can do, though. She's got it in the locker, but that Sector 2 with the slipstream is going to be very powerful. Ben is fastest in Sector 2 as well, so we'll see what he can do. Mintoki, slight improvement, but no improvement really. Stays P2. Ben goes up into P2 now, and that is a good lap for the Williams driver. Beatnik is the only driver that can really improve now. I believe everyone else is on slower laps, as the checkered flag has been taken. As we head round, Beatnik, can he take pole position away from him? Oh, it's P2! Fastest in Sector 2, and Wagner has taken pole position here. I don't believe anyone else is on a lap. Pablos, maybe. Pablos is maybe on a lap, actually, here. Let's have a look. Pablos is on a lap. Pablos is the only one on a lap. Ren's making slight improvement as well, maybe. Potentially could take us away from his teammate. And we'll see. I don't think Wagner's going to get beat here, though. So, yeah, Ren's is on a slow lap, bro. So, Ren's ain't on a good lap. Pablos is the last person across the line. What can he... I mean, he's currently P8. Needs a big improvement to even get near his teammate. And we'll see as he crosses the line. Can he take pole position away? It's only good enough for P7. And Wagner does take pole position. And, well, good lap from Beatnik. Good lap from Ben as well to get himself up into P3 in the Williams. Yeah, I mean, Ren's had a 13.3 in Q1 and then sandbagged the rest of the quali sessions. So, yeah, not great. But anyway, we'll just kind of sit here, I guess, and just wait. People come into the pits because they're silly. They could just retire before they come into the pits. But Wagner, pole position. Good lap from him as well. That's like, yeah, 13.0. I'm pretty sure it's definitely faster than his sign-up time. So, yeah. There we are. Atlee did finish in P10, but still, wow, can't really do much about that in a house. Wagner disconnected from the lobby right before, like, I didn't even notice that, but yeah. Yeah, I think the bomb squad is going to be filled after this. I've already got one person in mind, potentially 2, but I don't know. It's close. One is definitely on the bomb squad, though. I haven't actually seen them race much, so yeah. The bomb squad is, for anyone who doesn't know, is the people who are close to being, like, they're being monitored, basically. And, yeah, the bomb squad got absolutely, like, shafted after the last one, so. there's a little bit of concern. But we now wait as we kind of sit here and just wait for the race to start. Just realised, no idea if we have formation lap on or not because of all the bugs. So cool. Formation lap is off, so we're going to be going straight into the session. That's pretty peak. So I have a few seconds really to prep myself. I'm just going to sit here on my phone, but well, here we go. Well, as we get ready for 5 red lights. And we are underway for the Spanish Grand Prix, and it's a good start from both the front runners. As we head towards turn 1, it seems that Ben is putting a bit of pressure. Mintoki really dropping down the order a little bit. Ollie already leaves. Ben has taken the lead of the race because Wagner, I've just remembered, has disconnected from the lobby. So he's trying to get into his car right now. So Ben takes the lead in the Williams, followed then, of course, by Beat Deer. As we head now towards turn 4, a little bit of contact from the cars behind as the Alpine is fighting with Atlee. And Atlee under big pressure as I think, is that, oh my god, I think that's the Mercedes and the Ferrari going side by side. I think that's Wagner, but I'm not 100% if he's dropped that far. As Mintoki has dropped down to P4 already. And we head through turn 9 and now down the mini straight for the first time. Is anyone going to burn a little bit more? As you see drivers behind making a little bit of contact and running a bit wide. As the Ferrari putting pressure on that's Barker. As Beatnik gets the fastest sector 2, so he's putting pressure on Ben ahead as these two are starting to pull away a little bit at a time. As we head towards to finish the first lap, all well and good really in the grand scheme of things. So we have a little look as finally we'll get rid of that, get the interval, and we are fine as side by side is Mintoki and Kai Harris as Wagner is really slowing these down to give Renz a chance. Renz round the outside at turn 3. Grosjean did that and spun out as he's tried to go around the outside, got past Mintoki, and Mintoki down to 6th place already from the start. That is a horrific start from that. Nice. As Renz going for a move on Kai Harris down the inside in towards turn 5. A little bit of contact on the exit as Renz takes up 4th position now. So he's already gone from 8th to 4th. So he's doing a good start so far for him. Invade further back, fighting with the Alpine. And as we head towards the front of the pack, Mintoki putting a bit of pressure on Kai Harris. Can't make a move though in towards turn 10. But someone who can make a move is Barker on Pablos. As Pablos moves down to P9. Atlee only down 1 position as well from the start. So good for him. As we watch now as Beatnik tucks into the slipstream and now is going to try and make a move on Ben. Burns as we go down towards turn 1. Has the inside line for turn 1. And it backs out so early. It does Beatnik and Ben holds on to the lead. But Beatnik will not give this up and will hopefully, well, apparently he will give it up as he just, packs it up. And Beatnik really playing the slow game here, maybe trying to pull away as he goes for a more outside line to try and get a little run on. As he's going to go down the inside in towards turn 5, locks up a little bit and it's going to allow Ben to come for the switchback. Can we have any different angle, to be honest? As, Ben takes the position, tried to go into TV pod, but he did not want to do it. And Ben now back leading the race again. Beatnik was trying to work with him until he tried to make that move down into turn 5 and that just slowed them both down and have brought both the Mercedes back into this fight. It's currently trained from P1 down all the way to P14 so far. As we head now to start lap 4, this race does kind of speed away really with the short track. Pablos putting pressure, Jimenez, putting pressure on Mintoki right now. Tucks into the slipstream as we go down the straight. And, I mean, Mintoki doing well to kind of defend from Jimenez, as Jimenez has to retain position. Maybe burning a little bit more down the straight was Mintoki. Now Mintoki putting maybe pressure on Renz, who's trying to put pressure on, getting overtaken by Kai Harris. And Kai Harris gets up into P4 there in the McLaren. And now the front train kind of fighting a little bit together, which is good for anyone that's 8th place onwards, really. Was there a little bit of contact there as we packed away? I'm not 100%. As Renz sat behind Kai Harris, wanting to make a move as we head down towards turn 10. Beatnik holding behind Ben right now. As Ben is a little bit wide there for Wagner, as he messes up maybe turn 10 a little bit too much and slows down. There's a bit of a gap formed between the two for him and Beatnik. And now he's under pressure from Kai Harris. Kai Harris, who just got past his teammate, is now putting pressure on Wagner. So needs to lock in a little bit. 9/10 gap between the top three. So it's a little bit, you kind of want to get a bit of a move on, really. If you're Kai Harris as well, you want to take advantage of this slow period from Wagner as he goes a little bit deep into turn 2 again. So he's really not, I don't know, just seems to be struggling. Yeah. As Beatnik just holding on to Ben right now. It seems quite kind of steady pace. And Beatnik just happy to sit behind at the moment. If we have a little look at the battery, Ben currently has nothing. Okay, that means that Ben has not turned his telemetry on. So yeah, that's why we see this. But Beatnik has around 70%. You can expect that they both have similar amounts. But we'll see as Beatnik goes towards turn 10, doesn't make the move there. And I don't know how this turns off. Oh, there you go. That's how it turns off. As currently it's all just a nice train as we lead round. And Pablos has dropped back a little bit from the front pack. He's 1.2 seconds behind his teammate so far. As Beatnik is already burning down the straight to try and get back past Ben. He got past for a split second. Well, he tried to get past for a split second and then gave up in towards this corner. This time, the move is a lot more on as there's contact. And Ben cuts the corner for no real reason there. After the minimal contact, Ben just straight lines the corner. And yeah, definitely gets a warning for that. As we head now towards turn 4. And that is a much better camera angle. We'd like to see that a little bit more often instead of the onboards that are not onboard. As Beatnik can now control the pace a little bit here. As Renz is putting pressure on Harris, who's putting pressure on Wagner. We, this it's very close in that top 7. Pablos needs to gain a little bit of time, but maybe a little bit rusty after the break away from, racing in general. As we head through turn 10 now, Beatnik seeming a bit more in control than Ben was. It seems that Ben is, around 5 tenths behind. It's kind of similar to how it was when Beatnik was behind, so. Yeah, I think, the strategy's a one-stop, so we're definitely going to just be seeing everyone. It's going to be an ERS strat, really. You won't know who's winning until the final corner. As we head now towards turn 1, Ben burning a lot more, dives down into turn 1. Beatnik leaves him the space, doesn't need to as he wasn't alongside enough. And Beatnik holds onto that P1, which is slowing Ben down. In towards, nice one, towards turn 4 now. And, yep, that's again the front kind of 7. It's now turning into 6. Jimenez has dropped back a little bit as Kai Harris goes for a send there. Down, oh my God, down the inside. And Wagner has fallen victim to Kai Harris being an absolute terrorist. As now side by side with the Ferrari, he runs wide as well. Comes back on the track and he's losing so many positions. Already down into P10. Wagner dropping back a little bit. And all that came from Kai Harris being an absolute, I don't even know what. As he just dives it into turn 1 and was this? Turn 1, nice. Dives it into the corner and just spins him round. So silly from McLaren. But now he's got himself right tucked up behind Ben. And he can start to maybe put pressure. His therapist has just dropped down a heap of positions there. From around P17 all the way down. As Ben makes the move into turn 1. This time down the inside. Beatnik is holding it as he holds the 9. And they're fighting very hard now. Ben having to take the outside line. He's going to try and hold it around the outside in turn 3. Towards turn 4. Beatnik has the move stuck. Therapist retires in the pits. So that's going to be bad for Aston Martin. And Beatnik somehow holding on to P1 here. As Ben tried to go around the outside. And tried to get in, well, had an almost done move down into the inside of turn 1. But Beatnik holds on again. And really proving that he's hunting for that first win in RFC. Yeah, Cody, you missed Kai Harris just send Wagner out of nowhere. It's pretty cool. Ben kind of backing up a little bit here, maybe struggling a bit in the dirty air. Not being as forward as Beatnik was. Beatnik managed to gain a little bit of a gap. The tyres may start to kind of kick in a little bit here. Ben, we can't even see his tyres, but we could probably assume it's around 40% as Kai Harris is now going... Oh, I clicked the wrong one. Going down the inside. Kai Harris moves up into P2, and it's a McLaren 1-2 as it stands. Ben, awful rejoin from Ben as he goes into the path of Harris. Ben does the same thing that he did to Beatnik, where he just runs wide, cuts the corner, but this time comes on into the path of Ben, and that moves Renz up into P2 and also gives Beatnik a bit of a leeway with a second gap now. So Harris trying to hold it around the outside of Ben, maybe going to, I mean, that's never going to open up, is it really? And Kai Harris really, I mean, to be fair, was a sitting duck in that move as Ben just slams into him. Just no racing knowledge, really, is there? As Wagner drops down to P12 here. It's a spin! It's a spin for Wagner. Wagner really struggling here after that collision with Kai Harris. He's fallen now to P12. I think he needs to pit. Yeah, as Mintoki, we haven't focused on her for a little bit here. She's been sat kind of observing all this as Renz is outside of the overtake range at the moment, so won't have overtake from Beatnik as we head through towards turn 1 now. Kai Harris behind Ben, trying to put pressure after Ben slams into the side of him. And yeah, Kai Harris trying to maybe go for a move down here. Oh my goodness. He tried to send that as we head through towards turn 5. A very prone move, of course. Verstappen hit into Russell in that corner. We could see some more anger from Kai Harris for that move from Ben. As we head through now towards turn 7 and 8. And seems all nice and tidy. Renz is starting to gain on Beatnik and getting into that that overtake range. But still, no contact there from Harris as we head through the third sector. And who's Jim? That's Jimenez. He's a free agent at the moment. He's down in P19, so there must have been an incident there that I must have missed because the Ferrari shouldn't be that low. Maybe he pit, not 100%. Yeah, he pit, okay. As we head through towards turn 1 again, Kai Harris still putting pressure on Ben, but not being able to make a move this time around. Mintoki just sat behind, waiting in the wings, waiting for a mistake from Kai Harris. And I mean, Kai Harris burning in this little part is probably one of them. So we have a little comparison of the batteries there. Mintoki not having to burn as much. There's been a spin further behind. I think that was Adam has spun round at turn 2. As we'll look at Baker still trying to make his way through the field. Lucas Hodes putting a bit of pressure on him, not making it easy for that move to be made. as Baker, only P16 as Lucas dives it down the inside. Bit of contact at the apex, and the Red Bull really struggling down in P17. And it's, yeah. We have a little look at the pit stops. Has Baker pit? Baker has not pit. The only pit stops have been Matthew Oliver and Jimenez. As, oh, Ben! Ben's round. Ben's had a mistake and spun, and he comes into the pits as well. Is there a puncture? I don't think so, but he has spun round. And I mean, if Kai Harris is nearby, then you know you could probably assume it was something to do with him. It could have been a puncture there as we rounded through the corner. His car seemed a little bit low on the rear. Could have been a rear puncture for Ben. That is his name, by the way. His name is Ben. Yeah. As he drops down the order, that already dropped him really far down just from the spin alone. And now, of course, with the pit stop, he's come out. He's come out behind Jimenez, behind a lot of people, to be fair, that have made pit stops. So, yeah, a little bit of a struggle for him, and he needs to come back through the field. Mintoki putting a lot of pressure on Kai Harris right now, as Kai Harris is just kind of trundling around really a little bit, just kind of living it up. As we'll have a little look real quick at the potential the gap at the moment between Beatnik and what will be Diego Jimenez. And that's the comparisons. We'll get them in the end. Show live gap. So currently 23 seconds between Beatnik and Jimenez, and that gap is going to keep closing with Jimenez's better tyres. So I think Jimenez could potentially have a chance at getting the jump on nice one, on Beatnik, but it'll be no, I'm not going to show gap to leader. Ooh, Bo Ellis is fighting very hard with Barker right now. Barker, who's just come into the pits, has come out in a bit of a bad spot between Lennon, Bo Ellis, and Ollie Boo. But luckily, oh, a little bit of contact there between Lennon and Bo, as Bo Ellis is just, yep. Cody Ben spun around, so he spun on the lappy pit. So yeah, lost a lot of time there. But Mintoki again, a 10th behind at the moment. Kai Harris lucky to get into the overtake window. Let's have a little quick check of the battery, and they're both running pretty similar, both boosting. And Kai Harris boosting a little bit more than Mintoki. As Beatnik comes into the pits, he's the first one to pull the trigger from the lead of the race, by the way. Is a bit crazy, but yeah. So Beatnik, the first one to come in. I think he's found himself a nice little spot in P8. Mintoki down the inside does think about it in towards turn 4, but decides to back out a little bit there, as Beatnik has come out 1.8 seconds ahead of Diego Jimenez. So the gap was closing a little bit. And Ben sets the fastest lap. He's behind Lucas Hodes right now, so we'll see him get past eventually. We're also going to see this person overtake soon. Mintoki sat behind Kai Harris still. Has been most of the race. Very big Lyco into that corner, maybe prepping for the main straight. As we head round turn 12, Mintoki still trying to get past Kai Harris, but maybe with Beatnik pitting, this may cause a little rift where a lot of cars come into the pits, as both Kai Harris and Mintoki come into the pits. Renz stays out on track, so he'll retain the lead. Pablos stays out as well. Hopton, sorry, comes in, locks up as he heads in, and that moves Zhang up into P3. As we're going to see whereabouts kind of they come out. As we watch Beatnik coming down the main straight, he's going to be kind of comparing to the likes of Kai Harris as they see them come out, and he's come out very clear. Look at that big gap. Actually, Jimenez putting pressure on those two. He's actually jumped them in the pits. There's a yellow flag for an Alpine. I think that's Adam has dropped back a little bit, so Adam spun around at turn 10. As we head now, Jimenez up a little bit, and Mintoki still putting pressure on Harris again. As, yep, there's a big gap between Beatnik and, of course, Renz. So Renz will need to come in soon. Sooner rather than later, definitely. Beatnik looking in fine form at the moment to potentially take what could be his first win in RFC. I believe he's never won before. As someone can fact check me if I'm wrong. But imagine that yellow flag had been Beatnik. I would have felt so horrible. Head round. Mintoki just biding her time, waiting to get past Harris. And here we go. Down the straight. And I think Harris has got the overtake from Jimenez. Jimenez is going to be on kind of old tyres right now. If you have a little look at the tyre wear, 53% medium, so it was an early stop. So, yeah, we're going to, 4% tyres versus them. It's going to be insane. Lap car ahead needs to get out of the way as quick as possible. If that is not a lap car, that is Renz. Ren's just so bad. Kai Harris makes the move on Jimenez. And then now Mintoki tries to make them dive down the inside. I've clicked P6 by accident. As Mintoki trying her hardest to get past Jimenez so that she's not held up and has a better chance at getting past Kai Harris. There's a yellow flag by an Aston Martin. Let's head down the straight now. Mintoki tucked up in the slipstream down the inside towards turn 10. And Jimenez is not going to fight that as hard, or is he, with the switchback? But that is Mintoki's. Is he going to try and hold it around the outside? No. He's going to accept Mintoki take on a position. And Mintoki around 7 tenths behind Kai Harris at the moment. So, yeah. But, let's have a look really. 3 seconds behind they currently are. Oh, big move from Renz and Kai Harris. Kai Harris moves up into P2 as Renz tried to hold that defensive line and just missed the window. But it's a McLaren 1-2 at the moment. Martin will be happy. Even if he is leaving at the end of the season, he'll be happy. Wagner finally showing up in this race again and gets the fastest lap. But now Mintoki putting pressure on Renz as we head through towards turn 5. Doesn't get the move done this time around. And, oh my goodness, Renz, what is he doing? Renz completely out of control there, heading towards turn 7. As Renz sat right up behind Harris and has to be careful because he has got a flying Mintoki right behind him who will happily take away that P3, that podium away. Mintoki no stranger to podiums. Podium in her first race this season. So she'll be wanting to get another one here as we head down the straight. Ugh. Damn it, ran out of drink as well. As now you see Ben overtake Jimenez behind. That was literally the only move that just happened. I think Atley is getting passed by Pablos as well. Pablos makes the move up into P8. Atley kind of fighting with Lennon and Hopton. Oh my goodness. Words. Mintoki sapped behind Renz. Could have made the move there, to be fair. But, yep, showing she's a more patient driver. Then she's just biding her time and letting the others fight it out. We are only on lap 18 out of 33. Beatnik has a 3.5 second gap ahead, so it's a big gap to gain up. Mintoki putting more pressure on Renz. Renz brakes very late and actually gets closer to Harris in that, but maybe it's not lycoed as much as he would have liked. If you have a little look between Renz, Mintoki has 100% right now. Renz only has 50, so Renz is going to have less ERS than Mintoki. Mintoki could have a chance here as we head down the straight. Renz is going to maybe try and make a move on Harris, burn as much as he can. He's down to literally nothing, under 10%. Mintoki still has 50. but he's managed to hold it. But it's going to be down the next straight that we potentially could see maybe Mintoki burn a little bit more. Kai Harris under pressure from Renz. Renz boosting out. He's got nothing to boost. Mintoki not wasting any boost. Renz down to 0%. Mintoki on 60. That is the big difference here in ERS strats. As Beatnik is slowly losing that big gap that he has. It's gone down to 3.1 after being around 3.4, but nothing to really worry about. As there's a fight here going on for P6 right now. Jimenez under pressure on those old medium tyres. As Bakey gets the first 3 seconds of the race. As we watch Ben Barker makes a move on the inside of Jimenez. Jimenez does not fight that at all and just allows that to kind of happen. As we tune back into this front fight. Mintoki putting, just the ERS side is already a lot more comfortable than Renz, but Renz just seems to be burning everything to stay in this fight. Yes. Just, Renz maybe putting more pressure on Kai Harris at this current time. Jimenez has got back past Barker as we head through in towards turn 1. And we'll quickly switch over to them as this is both Ferraris and the Williams fighting it out. Pablos has now got past Barker down the inside into turn 4. Barker's going to try and get the switch back as we head now towards turn 5. Oh, a little bit of contact on the entry. He's going to try and set up for the switch back again. As Jimenez is really slowing them down now on them old tyres. Barker trying to go squeeze a move on Pablos in towards turn 7. Can't make it happen. And this is slowing them down heavy and putting Attlee, Lennon and Hopton in the fight. And back with Wagner as well, getting back involved in this fight currently for P6. Jimenez not really in this fight after the tyre wear. Of course, he's on very old tyres now. We'll have a little look at what kind of age they are. 87%. If we don't see him come in this lap, I think we saw him come in this lap. Yeah, he has come in, and there we are. Everyone kind of on similar. Beatnik using his tyres a little bit more than he would have liked. Side by side at the moment is Renz and Harris. Renz not being able to make the move, but now Mintoki is going to try and make the move maybe towards turn 4, but Renz is going to burn more in towards turn 4, sorry. Nice. No, Jimenez pit, lap 1. As yeah, lap 8. Yeah, nice. I was just guessing. Renz, I don't know, burning a different ERS kind of strategy really, but he's kind of burning in different places. This is giving Beatnik, you see that gap there, giving Beatnik a little bit to think about. They're both 1/10 behind each other. But yeah, giving Beatnik maybe something to be happy about. If we look at the tyre wear again, I mean, he's got 10% more than these guys right here, and these guys are fighting. So, Killian, he pit lap 8. Jimenez maybe struggling with tyre wear there in this race. Someone who's not, well, someone who is struggling as well is probably Beatnik, to be honest. If I was Beatnik, I'd be a bit concerned. Mintoki, kind of just puts her nose in a little bit there. Barker comes into the pits. That's very confusing for the Williams. I'm pretty sure he didn't need to. But hey-ho, as Kai Harris, again, under more pressure from both of these. 2.8 seconds is the gap ahead now. As down the inside goes Renz. And he's tried to make the move on Kai Harris. They're side by side going towards turn 7. Seems like Renz is going to get the move stick. Kai Harris is going to hold it around the outside. What a move from Kai Harris. We've seen that so many times from him where he holds it around the outside. And Kai Harris is now backing the field up again. These three tussling so much. Renz going for that move that he felt like he maybe had to do. Adam speeds in the pit lane and retires. Charlotte won in W1, so this is a happy day. as Renz is going to try and maybe make a move into the second last corner. That would have been a bit heroic. He's pretty much pushing Kai Harris round though now. We should see an overtake. There is a yellow flag though because of the retired driver coming out. Mintoki putting pressure as well on Renz. Renz putting pressure on Kai Harris. They're all trying to go side by side. The yellow flag from the retired driver really stumped them a little bit, but now they maybe have more to burn as we head out of turn 3. As Mintoki maybe trying down the inside. She's got to move stuck down the inside into turn 4. Mintoki on the inside. Renz on the outside. Renz burning a little bit more. Had more traction at the apex. And now he's going to maybe potentially look at a move there on Kai Harris as well. 4-second gap to Beatnik now because they are just, yeah. Oh, Barker spun. My bad, gang. I'm kind of watching this like fight go on right now. Renz has made the move towards turn 9. Maybe a weird place to go for a move there, but Renz takes this position away as now Kai Harris round the outside. Renz is going to try and defend this, and he makes a little snap. Mintoki is going to just watch this as they fight it out as Renz gets the position and is up into P2. However, he's slowing them both down. They are just slowing themselves as there's now a 4.8 seconds gap between them and Beatnik. There's about 3 seconds 1 second this lap has just passed, but Renz now leads them. But Renz's ERS management has not been the best as Kai Harris pulls to the left hand side technically and makes the move past back in towards turn 1. Renz is going to have to settle for 3rd place again, but Mintoki will want to try and put pressure on Renz again, and they just, I wish we could have 2 commentators, mate, but Charlotte's winning W1 and James on a cruise, and Mimons don't work together. Yeah. Renz, again, pushing Harris round again. As Wagner setting fastest sector 1 here. Wagner just kind of been sat in around P10, really, for a while now. He's trying to make his way through the lower ends of the points, but Jimenez and Baker kind of being out of it kind of give like the people like Atley and Lennon and Hopton a chance. Mintoki thought about a move there on Renz but decided against it, as Mintoki looking much more racier than Renz, takes a tighter line, is pretty much pushing Renz down the straight. Mintoki, if she ever wanted a chance to get past, it would be this lap. She has the ERS advantage. She's going to pull to the side. It's a yellow flag. I believe that is somewhere else on track, not sector 1. So we're fine, but she can't get past again. It is just, yeah. It is close between these 3 drivers. Daniel Barker just having a bit of a time of it and decides to retire. Bad for Williams. As we kind of watched these 3 pretty much most of the race. They've just been, thank you, Ellen. Lovely to see you too. Just so peak. As we head round, Mintoki takes a tighter line, loses a bit at the mid corner. Maybe taking a bit too much curb. Absolute Lyco going into the into turn 10. So easy to like around this track. Let's watch the fight that's going on for P8. We'll tune back into that top fight if we need to. Currently there's a 5-car scrap though going on for, what is that, P7 at the moment. So good points up for grabs. Oi, Kante, what are you doing in your fridge? Alex Spills, you're so funny. Need to get out. Oh, Pablos has made a move on Ben. I did see that they were close, but I kind of knew that they wouldn't really make any moves. Wagner trying it down the inside of the Racing Bulls. There's a bit of contact. Hopton isn't going to make that easy. And, yeah, Wagner really stuck in this train. It's quite impossible to try and get past them when they're all similar pace. Say that, he's just got past Hopton now, so he's going to get done on the switchback though from the Racing Bulls and down the inside into turn 5. Should be a nice move for the Racing Bulls, and cedes position. Baker moves up into P13 as well, so the Red Bull making a little bit of progress. Mintoki again 1/10 behind Renz. Nah, maybe we watch Wagner progress. Look at this 5-car scrap going on. And I think all of these, everyone bar 2 will get points. So, no, everyone bar 1. Big gap between them and Jimenez as well. So, they have, nothing to really stress about. As we head towards down the straight. Mintoki again. Just thought I'd cut there because I saw the gap went down really, really close. So have a little look at the tyre wear. Beanick 56%. He's got 10% more than the guys behind him. Mintoki down the inside. She's got a nose in. She's down. Oh, Ren's holding it round the outside again. Mintoki needs to get a good exit. Can we stop having these angles? I just want to see where Ren's is. As she comes down the inside, Ren's is going to be... Oh, my goodness. Ren's is going to have to see position and take pin P4. Mintoki, who's been crafting that up for maybe about 10 laps, finally gets it. Baker speeds in the pits as well. Bad day for Red Bull. Well, apparently good day for Red Bull because of Shah winning W1, but yeah. I hope she actually did and I wasn't lied to. Yeah. But Mintoki has been trying on that for so long. Can she get Kai Harris? I mean, there could be a potential penalty for Kai Harris anyway because of the Wagner incident. So we could potentially see that as well. It's, yeah, still a lot to happen. But Mintoki, she'll want to win it on track. She's shown that she has the pace as the lap car stays well out the way. Ren's looked for a move maybe on Mintoki, but more threatened it. As we head round. Oh, the Audi's just... and the Audi's backwards. Would be nice if they kind of spun it round, yeah, but I think they've got a medium traction or some shit, so they can't just floor it. No one behind him. Nice one, Matthew Oliver. Just, yeah. A day for Audi to forget, which seems to be every single race. It really is. Oh, it's just... Oh, my God, yeah. Said about the Wagner. They're still close together. There's just a bit of a bigger gap. Oh, Wagner trying down the inside of Lennon. That was never going to work. There's, yeah, we head around this kind of group of 5 has opened up a little bit. Hopton putting pressure on Wagner around the outside. Is he going to hold it? Wagner in the Mercedes really just not really progressing at all, to be honest. Oh, sorry, I meant to go on tyre wear. 63% for Beatnik with 4 laps. There could be punctures in this race. Atley is the potential as well. Lennon as well. Wagner potential. Invade definitely could get a puncture. Same with Bo Ellis. Beatnik could get a puncture here. This race is not over. There could be punctures later in the race. I mean, yeah. There will be one puncture. Just depends on who, really. Mintoki pushing Kai Harris around this time instead of Renz. So she's having a pretty good race. I think Beatnik might start to drop off a bit. I think he was around 4.5 seconds ahead a couple of laps ago. He's now 3.6. Just lapped a car as well. He'll kind of want to ease into it now and kind of get rid of the pressure on his tyres, and we'll just ease into it because at this current time he has the chance of getting a puncture, so we'll keep an eye on that right now. Anyway, back to this fight for a second and then we'll tune back into the Wagner, Lennon and Hopton fights. No move there, so we'll watch these 3 as they head round through the same section we just watched. As head down the straight, Wagner not making as much progress as he'd want, especially with those old tyres now. The gap between them and Jimenez have really dropped, so I think there must have been an incident. I did see someone say about that. Wagner down here is on Lennon. That was never going to work, and now it's thrown him off for the next part. And now Hopton round the outside. Beautiful move from Hopton to react to Wagner. Wagner now outside of the top 10. And he just seems to be struggling a little bit. We have 4 laps remaining of this race to go. And Wagner's just kind of struggling a little bit to hold on. Maybe the tyres have officially gone. Have another look at the tyre wear. And it's currently on, what is that, 73%. Yeah, these three aren't on the best tyres, to be honest. Beanick on 10% again. 70% tyres. He has crossed into the puncture window. So we will need to kind of keep an eye on that gap towards between the two. There's what's that? Hopton putting a bit of pressure on Lennon now. Seems more likely that Hopton has. I mean, Hopton does have the better tyres of the rest. It's just a case of can he get past? And sadly, I don't think the difference between them is enough. Mintoki 1/10 behind Kai Harris. Not good enough to make a move. So far. Yeah, so far looking pretty good in this race. As Hopton, again, doesn't make the move. Wagner stays behind. It's kind of all calmed down a little bit so far. So look at Beanick running away with the race at the start. Potential chance though of that puncture. If we have a look at how what this does for the driver's standings with this current thing, we'll have a look at some point when it loads. There we go. We'll see Beatnik moves up into the provisional lead of the championship with Mintoki right behind and Kai Harris there as well. So these three very close in points. So these positions, you know, this position on Mintoki and Kai Harris is still important for the championship fight, an extra 3 points. But they're literally right nip and tuck with Beatnik. It's very important, especially in the constructors as well. So we have a look. Ferrari, of course, not having the greatest race. McLaren having a really good race right now. Jump them up into P2. Red Bull will move down into P3, but still have a good haul of points and close down on that gap. Rennes really has dropped back quite a lot. We have just the 2 laps remaining. Zhang putting pressure on Atlee. Zhang slowly been making moves. Atlee on 80%, Zhang on 67%, makes the move down the inside on Atlee. This is for really important points for both teams. And Zhang up in towards, oh no, I swear to God. I just saw a yellow flag. Invade, 10-second penalty. Bad day for Audi. I saw a yellow flag, instantly thought it was Beatnik. As we head onto the final lap now, though, Mintoki's final chance to try and get P2. It's not too important for them, but Invade had to pit, yeah. And Mintoki taking different lines, trying just anything to try and get past Kai Harris. Been stuck behind Kai Harris for so long here, she'll want to make that move. As we look at the tyre wear real quick, one last time. Beatnik on 80%. He's going to be in pressure. There's a yellow flag. I think that may be, what is that, a Cadillac. So it could be Bo Ellis. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Bo. I'm going to embarrass them. Puncture front left for Bo Ellis. On the final lap, it was always expected. And Mintoki coming round. This is her final chance to maybe get past in towards turn 10. Is Harris going to defend? No, he's not. Mintoki is going to hold position. Beatnik ahead of this. 1.8 seconds between the two. And, oh my goodness, I just don't want him to get a puncture now. He's definitely slowing down. 1.7 seconds is the gap now as he's rounding through the final corner. And the pull away at the start was enough. And what was what he needed. Beatnik finally wins in RFC. Kai Harris, after fending off Mintoki for the whole race, ends P2. It's a McLaren 1-2 and so important for the Constructors Championship in both the overalls and this division. Beatnik finally wins a race. We let the American win the championship. Oh my God, win a race. Beatnik finally takes a race win. And Zhang on their move up, their first race in this division, gets P7. Good performance from them. Hopton ended up coming round in P10. Wagner, unlucky day after the incident with Kai Harris, which will still, of course, need to be reviewed. And, well, This is all you can do. Bo Ellis is currently sliding down the straight with 3 wheels, so we may as well watch them and clown them a little bit. But yeah, what does that do for the Drivers' Championship? We'll have a look. And, yep, as I said, Beatnik takes P2, Mintoki up into P3. Kai Harris doing well on P4. Yep, there is still fights to be made. If we convert that over to the constructors, and as we saw earlier, McLaren move up into P2 with that 1-2. That is a big result for McLaren as Baker gets the 10-second penalty there. And good point for Racing Bulls, who are up into P8. And yeah, in that fight between them and Haas, doing very well. But yep, as we wait, yes, little weaves from the Cadillac. As there we are, Beatnik, race winner. And finally, after many seasons of going from Sauber, leaving for a full season, racing once in Sauber again, and that move to McLaren, performing well in Bahrain with that P2, which what could have been, and now he's finally done it. I don't really have time for interviews, I'll be real, but I have to speak to Beatnik. I think that is a must. So I now have the joy of getting rid of every single thing that I opened. Right. I wonder who we're going to interview first. Okay, well, Martin has come in, so we may as well interview him. Well, Martin. Hello. You should be happy. Yep. I mean, 1-2, after you kind of, obviously said to me about stopping becoming a CEO at the end of the season, and then you just go out and get a 1-2. Surely this changes your mind, surely. Wait 1 minute, I've just realised no one heard you, bro.
Oh,
Do you want to say that again?
Yeah, we got maximum points, which is good. We jumped from P5 to P2, I believe. Well, I believe so. I don't know, but we're so back, bro. I think the most unlucky division we have should be Division 2. It's a great result to we have. So I don't even know what to say, really.
I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah, that is probably the best you could have kind of asked for, really.
Yeah.
And now that's kind of, I mean, Ferrari were kind of running away with it a little bit in Div 2. So now, do you think with your current lineup that you've got a strong lineup that can kind of drag you into the constructors fight along with the drivers? Because I think
Yeah.
Beatnik is leading the drivers championship now when you remove
Yeah, technically, because
Robin. Yeah.
Robin is not here. Yeah. But well, talk about Beanick is in the TV, but I mean, bro, what can I say, bro? It's been a great day. It's been a great day, bro. we we had so many unlucky results. Involving Kai, involving Beatnik. We didn't have I think one single race without getting a proper result from both drivers without any instance. So I think we got a clean sheet. I saw that Wagner kind of spun. I don't believe I was with Kai. Kai did go alongside him, but who hit Wagner was actually Renz from behind. So Yeah,
Oh dear.
yeah. Because he was
I'm
alongside
sure
and he
that
got sacked from the back. I just saw like they're going 180
I've got a
degrees,
feeling
isn't it
that
sick?
yeah, he's gonna love that. James will when he comes back and sees that.
Yeah, he's gonna love it. Oh yes, bro.
Well, I mean, yeah, man. I mean, well done. That's all I can really say to you, to be honest. I have nothing. Yeah,
Who would have
nothing
thought?
else.
Who would have thought? Who
Yeah,
would have thought?
honestly, with just how your luck's been as well has been shocking. I'd say across all divisions, really. You've got kind of like
Yeah,
Adam Dick in Div One. That's kind of your only like saving grace a little bit. So
yeah. I mean, we've got Rafa though, but he's just Rafa, just not race every time. Just, at least I think Adam is a really good position as well to fight Cookie. He's really good. So hopefully tomorrow we'll see. I think we're going to be decent as well.
well, I'll let you run away so I can speak to the actual, race winner. You're not
Oh,
you're not being
okay.
in here.
So I'm not. So okay. I don't get credit for you want to.
You just sat
Okay.
there and
Oh.
signed him, mate. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'll see you later, Martini.
See you
Loves,
later,
man.
man. Oh wow. Thanks.
He didn't say it back. What knob? Okay. Beatnik! Finally.
Uh, yeah,
I'm assume you're happy. I hope you are.
dude, I'm fucking hyped. Speak my language. that 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 was insane. I don't know how I've pulled that one off.
Well, I mean, you kind of, yeah. It's good that luck finally came your way, really, isn't it?
We didn't disconnect. There's that.
Finally! I think only
Yes,
one or two people disconnected, to be fair, so. Yeah.
I don't know. That's the best we've had a lobby so far this season. So the world is healing. Um, frick, what a race. I
Well,
mean, the the start was weird because Seb or Wagner, he wasn't in the lobby, so I kind of just hit the back of him.
yeah, I know he
Like,
disconnected, like, I think in quali, I think before his final run. And then, like, before we loaded into the next session, he joined back. So I thought that he would get it, but sadly didn't get to join in time.
no, he joined back in the results screen, so that's probably why.
I couldn't take control.
So, rip. But yeah, like the lights went out. I got a meh start, and then his AI just chops across me, and I hit it. I was like, what the fuck, or frick, sorry.
Well,
But the battle with the Williams, was that Ben? I think it was. That was
mm,
fun. Um,
yeah,
little argy
you
bargy.
two were fighting like really heavy at the start, but yeah.
Oh yeah, it was pretty much chaos, and then after the pit stops, Tyre was just the wingman of a lifetime. So like he held everybody up. I don't know how he did that.
I don't even
So
think he did really.
I
He did.
I don't know if he did it intentionally, but
I think he was more just
if
trying to
he
defend his P2, but in doing so, he kind of, yeah,
because if it wasn't for that, I would have been cooked. Like those last two laps were bad. Like I had the Aston with me, and when I crossed the line, I had like 82% tire wear, something like that. So
yeah. I saw
thank
that you were
goodness the
like
race ended.
struggling, and I thought, like, well, you're with your tire wear, and I thought, oh my goodness, I swear to God.
Oh, I was sweating bullets, like actual bullets.
Knowing your luck as well.
Oh yeah, like the moment my tires hit 80, I'm like, ugh, I'm gonna get a puncture,
I saw
aren't
that
I?
gap went from 3 seconds to like one real quick.
I mean, I let the Aston through on the last lap because I'm like, nah, I am not taking this chance. Just go. So that was a gamble, and I mean, pitting that early was a gamble in itself. But I think it worked out in the end because it got me the track position that I needed. So I think overall, despite the horrific final laps I had, they still won me the race.
Well, it doesn't matter, you know. It just matters how. I don't know. I don't know what I was about to say, but it doesn't matter
We got
how
it done.
Yeah, you got it done. That's all that matters. Yeah.
And 1-2
Well,
for the team, which is
yeah,
huge
that is
for us
huge.
because
That
we've
is huge
been
for you, to be fair.
we've
Yeah.
been buns in the championship so far this season.
I was about to say,
Nothing's gone our way.
Yeah, I was about to say, do you believe that this could potentially maybe be a little turn in the tides? You could potentially, like, you know.
I would say a step in the right direction more than anything. We're a long way back in the championship, so we're gonna need a lot more of that. But I think that is certainly a step in the right direction. Hoping for more of that next week in Austria. Kyle probably get me done there because I'm no good there. So, but we're gonna look forward to next week and hope to do more of what we did today.
Well, I hope to see you again next week in this position where you've won again. Actually,
hope
no,
so
maybe
too.
I don't.
No, because then I might get banned. I don't know. But thank you guys. Thank you. That was some good racing.
Oh my god. Well, yeah. Anyway, I best head off because I have somewhere to be honest. So yeah, I will be ending the stream.
Fair enough. Thanks for
Wow.
having me.
Thank you, Beat Nick. Beat dear.
No, he's gonna go and play Rocket League. Don't believe him. Don't believe him.
I'm seeing my girlfriend at 9.
9?
Yeah,
8 minutes time.
I haven't eaten. I am finished, man. All right. Anyway, gang, thank you for tuning in. Join us tomorrow where you get Monzito
Me.
and maybe Charlotte.
You get me. Charlotte's not there.
You get Monzito. Join it. Dosh. Goodbye.